Let's talk about V-shaped IEMs. I'm Zeos Pantera, your host here on In-Ear Fetish. And today, our fetish includes, hold on. Xerxes sort of like personal IEMs. These are the ikko OH7s, and they're still $900, I think. So give me the mouse. Yeah, $950. The ikko OH7 slash Muzv, and actually it's called Music V, music with a K and then V, and that makes sense because these are the most V-shaped IEMs. And for nearly $1,000, they'd better do something really spectacular. And while I've never sold them, having plenty of options and opportunities to do so, because they're a single dynamic, and I'm doing these sort of in a row, like I'm just hammering through all my old favorites. And these are legit my old favorites. I've got a beautiful IEM watch case there that holds like 80 watches. That's like, all right, I'm just gonna fill it up with all my favorites. And OH7s, you know the ikko OH10s. Everybody know the OH10s. Yes, praised them on this channel previously. Well, imagine taking a $200 set of IEMs, now making it nearly 1,000, so 5 times the price, and still being a single dynamic. Because that's the key to happiness. Like the nanas and the oracles that I've done, those are a dynamic and then a balance, and then there's electrostats, and they're all trying to do weird fancy shit. And I'll say this, these have sort of sounded dated to me the last few times I've tried to use them. I put them in and I'm like, all right, yes, huge sound. Like the bass is just, these are the kings of the low end. But then the mid-range is just sort of there. And the highs come in and they get a little bit too Xerxes. It's like a little sharp. And I've been trying them out on OH7. I actually added the SMSL SH6, which I'm going to peel this high-res sticker off of it and put that onto the Let Sure Chimera cable, which this can't use because these use MMCX. So here you go. This is it. One of the nice things about a single dynamic is it's much smaller. They don't have to worry about whatever, fitting 19 drivers in there. It's this weird, this absolutely ornate hand carving. I think it's hand carving. I don't know. Could it be not hand? For $1,000, it should be hand carved. And the wire it comes with is basically like a thick cord. And the end is also gold. And it says number 0775. ikko. I don't know why they would put the serial number for I'm assuming that's the serial number for the IEMs on the actual wire, because you just change the wire out, swap serial numbers, which is not how that should work. Unless the wire is so nice, they're actually serial numbering these. No interchangeable head, that's it. You get a 4.4. This came with a bunch of adapters that are somewhere. And listening to them now, let's swap again. I was using this. Let's go back to the monster, the LA90, which is absolutely overpowered for certain super efficient IEMs, which these kind of are. But fuck it. That's why it's called In-Ear Fetish, because we shove shit in our ears and go, ugh. The actual MMCX is bothering me because it's spinning in it, and every time I go to grab it, it's like in the wrong orientation. I never thought I would complain about that. These are Tacony tips on here. Most of these IEMs from this era were all getting Taconyized, and this is no different. Next. All right, so Bach, Symphony Orchestra. Fonzie, warm, muted a little bit. Trouble is not killing me. Good. Next. The Fairfield 4 Lonesome Valley. Clean, clear. Oh. We got very baritone voices singing right now. Very baritone, and it sounds like it. I want to get to something that actually like... Okay, there you go. Dexter soundtrack. There's like a drum that's like a boom, and my whole head just went caved in. The thing is, the bass on this isn't aggressive. Like on a balanced armature, like the SA6, that can have aggressive low end because it's BA bass. Dynamics, when they're mixed with other things like on the Thigh Audio, can be aggressive because it's only doing the bass and they have other things doing other things. When you have one driver doing everything, you have to balance it. you can't rely on the other drivers that are going to take care of everything else, because this is doing everything. And that does two things. It semi-limits you to how you can tune a thing, because all you can really do is restrict airflow behind it and in front of it, and hopefully you get it right. But everything is coming from the same source. Perfect coherence. The next IM, if I do another one after this, because I'm just hammering through them, will be the Moondrop Illuminations, which is another $1,000 single dynamic, but a far more balanced one. This one is warm. It's like this. It's like warmth. Oh my God, mountains of it. And then it dips down. Vocals and treble, singing. Whoa. Postmodern jukebox, such great heights. That's why these are in my collection. These were kept because they are V-shaped as hell. But imagine a V-shaped IEM that's $1,000. That's designed this way. It's not like an accident. Like if you get like a $100 IEM, it's kind of V-shaped and you just put it on the side. Someone sat down and said, I'm going to spend X amount of weeks tuning specifically something with this high-end driver and these awesome cable, and it's going to be $1,000, and I like V-shaped. This is someone's dream. It's partially my dream. It's so heavy. It's like the music's been wrapped in like salami, big helpings of salami, and just it's being thrown at me. Like I could feel the weight of the music collapsing on. None of it's light. None of this is light and airy. This is music. If you're deaf, legally, well, I don't know how you read in the subtitles, hello, buy these. You might hear them. Because, I mean, they're not hard to drive, but I'm just sort of like honking power at them. If you listen loud, listen on something like this. Oh, Marilyn Manson, Rock is Dead. Yeah, no, that's exactly why I kept these. These are the V-est of V-shaped IEMs, but then also $1,000. So they're like the highest quality you could expect for this sort of sound. If you're like V-shaped, this is it. This is your end game. There's just drums, and the drums are pounding on the side of my head. And then there's like violins from Danny Templeton's Together We Fight from the Dark Crystal. I don't even think I saw that. And I just want to keep, that's another thing I remember about these. I just want to keep making them louder and louder. That's a 100-watt speaker amp just there at noon now. And I could die. I could die at any moment. And I would die happy. So if you like to play your music loud, you like V-shaped, which means more bass and more treble, but kind of like the mid-range is unimportant, fuck yeah, OH7s. Do I think other things beat them? Well, stick around and find out when I talk about the Moondrop Illumination in about, how long you figure, 20 minutes? Because I know this one fact. I haven't used these in months, and I use the Illumination constantly. So now let's do a direct comparison. Well, you'll see it in another video. Anyway, Patreon Subscribe Star, if you want to support these videos, click the links to the sponsors of this channel down below. Please, they're the first links there. The wallpaper available in the Horde, and I thank you all for stopping by here on In-Ear Fetish. Now I'm going to go and get something slightly less ugly.